Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Today is the Sunday show, and we have an interesting thread for you as well as a couple of crazy scenarios. So let's get right into it without further ado. We have for today's thread, what's the dumbest thing you've been fired for? So let's see what you idiots get fired over. All right. Was supposed to send a rejection letter after a failed job interview to someone I knew, but waited a few days so he could have a good weekend. That's kind of messed up. Damn. Damn. He was just like, you know what? I'm gonna crush this man's dreams on Monday. I'm gonna let him all weekend think he got the job and everything was great. And then the weekend, yeah, that's where we're gonna fuck him up. That's crazy. Damn. Sometimes you gotta rip the Band-Aid off, bro. Come on now. Alright. What's the dumbest thing you've been fired for? Walmart in 2009, I was on my cell phone in the break room on my lunch break.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What? What? I'm over here on my lunch break, just like, and they're like, yo, why are you on your phone? Like, because I'm on my lunch? Like, what the fuck? That's wild. That is wild. Alright, what's the dumbest thing you've been fired for? I was 91 days away from qualifying for pension through my work and was fired with 90 days severance so they wouldn't have to pay. Damn. That's crazy. Damn. Alright, requested to have my desk moved after the person who sat behind me shot me with a pellet gun. What? Wait. Who the hell is bringing a pellet gun to work? Huh? They just letting people in with anything nowadays. What the hell? That's crazy. What kind of shit is that? Alright, what's the dumbest thing you've been fired for? I got fired once for having emergency gallbladder surgery. We had a phone disposition with HR and the unemployment judge. After they explained when I was fired, the judge asked them why the office offered me FMLA, or why they didn't offer me FMLA. They said he didn't ask. The judge said it's your job to offer him FMLA. You're lucky he didn't sue you. Unemployment approved. Damn. That's crazy. Yo, some of these companies be trying to get away with the craziest shit. Over here, he didn't ask. What do you mean? Like, what the fuck? Man, shit. I'd have been like, can I sue? You know what I mean? Like, can I sue? I'm going to try to get a little money out of this. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Man, a coworker saw me injecting myself in the stomach with insulin and fired me for injecting drugs while at work. Yo, they were probably just like, hey, yo, we saw Tommy in the bathroom. My guy was doing heroin. Like, what? Hey, no, bruh. And then my thing is they can check the bottle. It'll say insulin on it. It's not like, it's a thing where just, they saw you injecting, you're out of here. And it's like, what the fuck? No, they can easily just be like, let me see the bottle. Like, no, it's just insulin. It's all good. Like, what the fuck? Unless they're just like, oh, damn, I guess insulin is the new drug nowadays. And is this what the kids are doing now? This is how they're getting high? My goodness gracious, man. All right, what's the dumbest the dumbest way you've been fired? I took a coffee mug home from the office kitchen on Friday. I got a call from HR on Saturday asking me to come in for an emergency meeting and was fired on the spot. That's crazy. Turns out I was seen by security walking out with company property, the coffee mug from the kitchen, or the office kitchen. Later, I was able to prove it was my personal mug and was offered my job back, but I declined to return. That's crazy. So it was his own mug. I mean, he said he took a coffee mug from the office kitchen on Friday, though. So was it really your mug or was you capping? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's crazy, though. That is absolutely wild, getting fired over a coffee mug. It's like, bro, really? A coffee mug? Come on. That makes no sense. All right, what's the dumbest thing you've been fired for? I got fired for reporting the daycare I worked at to the state for blatant violations and providing photo evidence. That facility got shut down shortly after. What was it? What was it? What were they doing to the kids? I wanted to know. God damn it. All right. What's the dumbest thing you've been fired for? I was working in electronics at Walmart. There was an actual rule that you could not check out family members, but the unspoken rule was that if you knew someone well enough to know their first name, you weren't allowed to check them through your line. I was working the day after Black Friday. I had a line going out the back of the department. I was the only damn cashier in electronics. A friend of my mother's was apparently in my line. I had already started scanning items when I looked up and realized it was someone I knew. She didn't have any freaking electronics. I went ahead and checked her through. A coworker reported to management that I had checked my mother through the line. They were both overweight, same age, similar haircut, glasses. I understand the mistake as I hadn't been working there very long. Even when I explained to management who it actually was, they said I should have stopped and called the manager to come cancel the transaction and walk her to the front of the store to be checked out by somebody else. Bro, what the fuck? There's no way in hell I'm waiting in a line that is out of the department long and the dude is just like, oh yeah, hold on, I can't continue to check you out. I gotta call somebody so they can check. Like, what the fuck? I would have complained. I'd have been like, this is the stupidest fucking policy ever. Are you kidding me? I am in this long ass line and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Your worker is doing his fucking job. You know what I mean? Like, huh? He's doing his fucking job. That's the stupidest shit ever to me. If I'm being honest with you. Absolutely stupidest shit ever. Like, golly, that's dumb. So because I checked someone I knew in passing through my line instead of waiting for a freaking manager during Black Saturday rush and holding up my line for as much as 10-15 minutes, I got fired on the spot. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. I would have fucking complained like as a customer. You know what I mean? I would have complained like, no. Like, what the fuck? Obviously, he's not going to do something stupid like, you know, sweetheart them or whatever. No, he's going to get them through so that way the line can keep moving. Like, what are we doing here? All right. What's the dumbest thing you got fired for? While working in the produce section of a grocery store in Iowa, someone heard me talking about stocking cherries, which in their mind was stalking cherries or like virgins, okay? And the next thing I knew, me and the produce manager were outside and he offered me a ride home because my parents were working. I walked home and randomly someone threw a McDonald's cheeseburger at me and it hit me in the back of my leg. What the fuck? They were like, you damn pedophile, get out of here. What a waste of a McDonald's cheeseburger. Hey, what the fuck? That must have been a day. He gets home and they're just like, hey honey, how was your day? A lady threw a McDonald's cheeseburger at me today. Like, what? For what? I don't know. I was just talking about stocking the cherries to my friend, and out of nowhere, this lady wanted to throw a cheeseburger at me. That is funny as hell. Oh my god. All right. What's the dumbest thing you've been fired for? I got fired for quitting once. I worked in a shop that modifies laptops. People wanted the latest Asus laptops, but with special thermal paste or faster processor or whatever. So we'd swap parts out and do whatever the customer asked, and then put it all back together. This was an okay gig for me. It wasn't my wheelhouse, but it was different from the crap jobs I'd taken before, so I stuck with it for as long as I could. Until day one, there was a particularly tricky modification required on one laptop, tricky enough that 3 different people, including myself, ended up doing different things to it. Typically, if there was some kind of mod needed that only the owner was comfortable doing, they were the only ones to handle the whole computer. So for 3 people to fuck with one laptop was weird. Somehow, in the kerfuffle of passing the thing around, the i9 went missing. Instantly, the blame falls entirely on me. I scoured my workstation, tear everything apart. The chip isn't there. I tried to point out that 3 fucking people touched the thing, but the owner insisted they didn't lose it, and the other guy had been working there too long to make that kind of mistake. A couple of days go by, and a friend of mine that works there tells the higher ups that he thinks I stole the chip to resell it. That's fucked up. They then tell me that the owner is actually a reasonable person, and if I just go in and talk about how 3 people, including them, handled the machine, likely they would just split up the cost of the missing processor 3 ways and consider it done. When I go back in, I overhear the boss and the other employees that modded the laptop talking about how they didn't tolerate this kind of incompetence and something has to be done. I knock on the office door and ask to talk about the situation, even though the boss is already just sat around flapping gums about me. He doesn't have time right now, and I wait until lunch and go try his office again. He's again in his office, again just so happened to be discussing the incompetency and theft in the office with the same employee who is nodding their head in agreement. The boss still doesn't have time to talk to me. When I leave for lunch, I don't go back. I call my previous employer and ask for my job back. They're happy to have me. I stay home, confident in my decision. A couple of hours later, I get a call from my secretly ex-boss. They want to know why I'm late. I tell them I got my old job back and don't appreciate all this avoidance and accusation without even talking to me. Talking to me just about me. They go, you realize what you just did, right? You walked on a job, you're fired. They said themselves, you walked, so you're fired. Whatever, I say, I'll come back, get my last paycheck next Monday. I get my check without incident and resume my previous gig as a taxi driver. The cost of the process was not deducted from my check. That's crazy, bro. They just accused you of stealing. They were just like, yeah, he was the last one that touched it, so he stole. You know what I mean? Like, that's so messed up. How are you going to just accuse somebody of stealing like that? You know what I mean? And especially something that's quite expensive. Those processors are quite expensive. They can range from $300 to $600. So it's like, that's a very expensive accusation, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, $300 to $600 could easily break somebody. You know what I mean? Especially if it's coming out of their check. Like, so yeah, I would probably do the same thing. And then you want to talk shit. You want to talk shit on the Xbox Live about me and all that. Like, nah, man. Of course I'm not going to go back to work there. That's crazy. Because you guys are going to accuse me of stealing something else. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that ain't worth it. And what the heck? That's just absolutely crazy to me. Man. Golly. All right, what's the dumbest thing you've done? What's the dumbest thing you've been fired for? My hair. I'm a white woman with very curly, big, blonde, natural hair. I straightened it for the interview. First day of work, I showed up with my natural hair. I understand that this can be considered a bait and switch to some, but please remember that straightening my hair every day is very damaging. The owner and lawyer I was working with instantly grimaced at my hair and commented on it, telling me to get it under control. The next day, I put it in a bun and pinned it back. I show up to work and she gave a look of disgust at my hair and told me it was fine. Then the next morning I was fired. I can only ascertain the reason. What? For her hair? That's weird. Now, it would be different if like her hair was a crazy color or I don't know, it was distracting in some way, but just because I don't even know. I mean, like, were they just being nitpicky? That's what I truly feel like it was. They were just being nitpicky for no fucking reason. They were just like, yeah, we're just gonna, we don't really want to hire her anyway, or, you know, it was a mistake hiring her or something. And they were just like, yeah, we'll just find any fucking reason to fire her. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but this isn't that like I guess unlawful firing or, you know, something unreasonable firing. It's I'm sure she could sue for something, you know what I mean, because it's not like she stole, it's not like she broke company policy, it's not like she did anything wrong to be fired. So it's like I would hope that she sued that company, because it's like, bro, you're gonna fire me over my hair? You know what I mean? Like, my hair's blonde, it's natural, you know what I mean, it's big and curly, like that's what do you expect me to do? You know, that's craziness. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, what's the dumbest thing you've been fired for? Worked at a bar and got fired for not IDing a clearly 60-year-old woman for a glass of wine during a holiday evening rush by myself. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, come on, bro. Like, how older does she need to look? You know? Like, come on. Like, let's use some common sense. And, you know, I feel like a lot of bartenders tend to do that. They're like, I'm going to exercise some common fucking sense. This dude, this girl, this woman, whatever, they look clearly over the age of 21. Now, are there some people, you know, who are 30 and they're like, you know, teeter-totter, and it's like, maybe. Sure. But if she clearly looks 60, it's like, yeah, I'm going to give you the glass of wine. Like, what the fuck? Like, let's exercise some common sense here. But I mean, I guess it's a thing where it's like you just ask for it anyway, and then you just kind of, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Because I've had that happen a lot of times at bars too, where they wouldn't even really look at my ID like that. They're just like, cool, thanks. And then they'll make the drink. And, you know, so I think they do that just for camera's sake. And I just be like, boom, all right, cool, we're good. So, I still, though, exercise some common sense. Oh, Jesus. Oh, annoying. All right. Okay. What's the dumbest thing you've been fired for? I worked in logistics, and we were the overnight crew who basically took care of all the back order stuff. And oopsies, where did the shipping label come from? Should I have already shipped that out? Problems and stuff, because the day shift dropped all of their whatever the fuck this is shit on us, and it was our duty to figure it out. There were 3 other young women besides myself. Our boss was a young gentleman. Every weekend, they would go out drinking and partying together. I politely declined. After a couple of months of this, my boss approached me directly and pretty much tried to strong arm into going and try to be a little... try to belittle me and degrade me for wanting to just go home after work. Long story short, I found out all 3 of the other women weren't just partying with him, they were fucking him. And he wanted me to do the same. I refused and left quickly. I did not yell at him or anything else. I was going to report him in the morning to HR. Wasn't open at the time. I got a call at 8 a.m. in the morning. Our shift tend to end between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. saying that my services were no longer needed and not to bother coming in anymore. What? So because he didn't go out with them, he probably made some shit up, and then HR was just like, hey, look, we don't need you anymore, so don't even bother coming in. Bye. Like, that's crazy. You couldn't even give me a legitimate reason. Again, that should be that unlawful firing or termination or something like that. You know, I would hope you sued him, because it's just like, bro, I did nothing wrong. I didn't break company policy. I didn't steal. I didn't do anything. You know, I didn't steal company time. Nothing like that. Like, what the fuck is going on here? That's grimy work. That is real grimy work. That just because he was about to get found out, you know what I mean? Yeah, his little coked up coochie train, and was going to get found out. He was just like, oh, no. I got to make sure this guy goes. That's wild. That is absolutely wild. All right, I'm going to do 2 more, and then we'll end this thread. What's the dumbest thing you've been fired for? Was planning to go straight from work to camping on Friday, so I had my truck all packed up. Boss saw my sealed bottle of whiskey in the front seat and canned me over it for having alcohol at work. He had a grudge for some reason. What? I mean, you know, for one, you shouldn't have just had that bottle just out. If I'm being real with you, that was kind of stupid. But still, like, it's not open. I mean, I understand, though, the optics of it. And it's like, well, yeah, but, you know, during your shift, it could become open. And I understand all that. But it's just like, again, exercise some common sense. Talk to me. Hey, you know, what's going on? Well, why do you got that? Oh, yeah, I'm going camping after work, man. You know, me and some of the boys, you know, we're gonna get lit out in the woods and whatnot. And boss could be like, oh, okay, cool. But I think it was a thing where, yeah, like he said, his boss had it out for him and was just like, oh, I can't wait to fire you. Oh, is that alcohol? Good. There's my reason. Like, he just needed that reason, man. That's crazy. That's just diabolical. All right. Okay, what's the dumbest thing you've been fired for? This is going to be the last one. I got fired for being a no-call, no-show. The manager lied and said I never contacted her and was shaking like a leaf. Went to the owner and said, here's my outgoing call to get the day before, saying I had the fever and chills. It was my phone record showing I called the manager's number and a 90-second call. 2 weeks later, they confirmed that wasn't the only thing she was lying about: embezzlement. And they offered me my manager's job. I said only if they gave me her rate and benefits. They said they couldn't do that and I wouldn't budge. I drove back to the business and shook hands, and they were apologetic. But I hated that job anyway. Hey, facts. I would want all her shit. I'd be like, give me her pay and her benefits. I ain't about to do nothing less. Y'all want to accuse me of lying, and you want to fire me when this bitch has been lying all the time? Yeah, I don't know whose dick she been sucking, but apparently it wasn't enough sucking, because that bitch got caught in a lie. That's craziness. Absolutely craziness. Man, I would ask for that too. I'd be like, I want her pay, I want her job, and I want her benefits. Like, fuck out of here with all that. But that's gonna go ahead and be the end of that thread. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys have a crazy you got fired story, definitely put it down in the comments. I'd love to see it. I'm gonna hop into announcements super fast, and then we're gonna get into today's crazy scenarios we got going on for you. So, Patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show like people did today. If you are an audio listener, keep downloading the podcast as well as rating us 5 stars. It helps out a lot. If you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, as well as the YouTubes. All right. Appreciate all the support you guys have been showing. We have Haunting Adeline. We're back onto that, so that's exciting. Definitely get down there in the description. We have the whole first book already done. So get down there, catch up with us, and we'll get on to that. And then if you missed A Court of Thorns and Roses, that's been completed and that's all done. And I have YouTube as well as Spotify links down there for that too. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. Partner still talks to situationship. Oh, brother. My girlfriend of 7 months always asks to look at my phone, and I never have a problem with it because she says it helps her soothe her mind from her past relationships. She always does what she wants with my socials and unfollows or unfriends almost any girl she deems any risk to our relationship, whether it be with someone from high school, from like a decade ago that she doesn't like, or that's any sort of attractive. Last night, while laying down in bed, she got up to do something and left her phone open next to me. And my intuition took a hold and picked up her phone and started reading the open conversation on Facebook Messenger with a dude I have seen her have conversations quite a lot with from the past while glancing over for a split second. As I went through the most recent conversations, it all seemed to be just innocent back and forth comedy and memes. And then I saw a screenshot of my girlfriend's and his arguments from the past. Oh, shit. So he's like, she's screenshotting their arguments and sending it to this dude. Oh, shit. From the past, so I found out she's definitely talking about our business to this person, and then I went to the media and photos, and there were nudes of both of them, but it was from right before we started dating. Then I saw a picture of her sent to him in my apartment bedroom, posing in the sandals and one-piece swimsuit that I bought for her. Oh, probably about 3 months into the relationship, and the picture was just her sandals and legs, all of which up to the picture cut right off where the crotch would start. Okay. And the dude's reply was, "Off, you're so powerful." She had walked back into the room by then and was pretty silent for a minute and laid down next to me and asked what I was doing and looked over and saw what I was seeing on her phone, and I just tossed it to the side off the bed, still trying to process and waiting for my brain to tell me how to react. I voiced my concern that I was pretty upset and that I needed her to fuck off and leave me alone after seeing all of that. She immediately started trying to reassure me that she's obsessed with me and that I'm all she wants and cares about and loves me more than anything. And the whole time she then went to tell me that he was just a longtime friend and that it's someone she interacts with between relationships. That's crazy. But obviously with ours, and told me it's like a situationship I was in before I met her. But the thing is I gently explained I found something and cut off and went no contact with my situationship when her and me started talking 7 months ago. Facts. Like, if you're in a relationship now, you cut off the situationship. Like, come on, bro. What the fuck are we doing here? And then told me I couldn't be upset. I still have women I had sexual relations with, maybe 2 of them max from my past, still on my Facebook friends, which is true, but I don't talk to them at all. And to me, they're kind of just there for a higher friend count and never deleted them. And am now wondering if she knew that and always has my phone and does what she wants with my friends list and followers on social media, then why hasn't she deleted them? Facts. She may use that for gaslighting ammo when I would come to find something like how I just did. Or am I any better that they were still on my friends list after telling her before bed that I don't really trust her and that I don't think that we should be together anymore? And her being in tears, she messaged me not long ago asking me if I could pick her up from work, and I simply said, "Take the bus." Yo, you're a savage, bro. He said, "Bitch, take the bus. Call your situationship to come pick you up." if you need a ride so damn bad. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And proceeded to ask me if her and I were okay because she's losing her mind at work. I'm fucking losing my mind as well and questioning if I'm valid to break up over this, but at the same time, I'm pretty shattered, like I cut ties with my situationship when her and I got together, but she didn't. Damn, son. Yeah. See, look, there's no way I could be dating a girl and she just got a dude just lined up. You know? Like, come on, man. Like, how does that make you feel that she is so quick to just run to some other guy, you know, because she has this dude just laying in the waiting. She is just ready. It's like, that's fucked up. You don't do that. Come on, man. You don't do that. You don't sit there and have somebody just ready to go just in case this relationship doesn't work out. Like, how are you obsessed with me when you're sending screenshots of our arguments to this guy? Like, come on, man. And I guarantee you, he was just like, man, girl, I would never do that to you. I'd never say nothing like that to you. He's crazy. He should have just let you go out. He should have just what? I guarantee that's what's going on. Because he is trying to get back up in them walls. And then the picture is wild. Like, there's no way you gonna send a bikini picture to some other dude. And it's a swimsuit I bought you. Like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? That's wild to me. No, thank you. How the fuck am I supposed to trust you? Like, come on. How am I supposed to trust you if you send in pictures of yourself and you're sending pictures of our arguments to this other guy? You know what I mean? And he's your situationship, and he's the guy that you talk to in between relationships and all that kind of stuff. So you in between relationships right now? Is that what you're telling me? You're in between relationships because you said you only talk to him when you're in between relationships. So are you in between relationships right now? You know what I mean? And if no, then what the fuck are you still talking to him for? What reason do you have to still be talking to him? Like, I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it. I wouldn't put it past her if, you know, they did a little something while y'all was together in them 7 months. Like, come on, man. Like, it's hard to believe. You know what I mean? It's hard to believe. The evidence is there. It is there. It's in black and white. That's craziness. And that's why I think she was going through his phone all the damn time, because she knew what she was doing. Yeah, she knew what she was doing. That's why she was going through his phone all the damn time. You know, like, come on, man. Well, we ain't stupid. Let me know what you think about that one in the comments, though. All right, am I wrong for warning my friend about his girlfriend? Okay. So I came across my friend's girlfriend's Twitter, and she is just naked on Twitter. Damn. She got the boobies out and everything. No OnlyFans or nothing, and inviting people to her inbox, but I didn't say anything to my friend when I found out because I don't know if he knew. So I was dropping little hints, and I finally told him about the Twitter, and he was surprised to find out about everything. I just want to know, is it a little manipulative on her part to not tell him in the beginning before he caught feelings? So it will be easier for him to have a choice to stay or leave. Because I feel like if it was me in that situation, I would be upset about it, because if they could hide the Twitter, what else are they hiding, or what else important things they'll hide in the future? My friend thinks I'm tripping, and I'm giving him this warrant. What? Why am I tripping when your girl is spread open on Twitter, bruh? For free. For free, bro. I don't think she's getting paid off this. Like, it'd be different if she was, you know, directing to an OF or something. She's making some money, but no, she's doing this shit for free. Like, come on, man. I gave him another situation from my other friend who overlooked her boyfriend punching holes in walls and didn't think that was a red flag because she loved him so much. She didn't think that they could happen, or hold on, she didn't think they could happen to her. Okay. That could happen to her. And eventually she did get abused and she left him. He told me that it's not the same situation and just brushed it off to the point I was, and brushed off the point that I was making. Golly. I have to like correct their sentences. Okay. personally, I would be like, cool, that's peace. You know what I mean? If you're okay with your girl spreading it open on Twitter, that's peace, bro. I would not push it. I showed you, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I mean? And he's like, man, you just being a hater, all this and that. Okay, cool, bro. Cool. I'm being a hater then. I would just let your friend do. I wouldn't try to talk him out of it. I wouldn't be trying to be like, you need to break up with this girl, this and that. Nah, bro. Nah, let him have it. Let him have it. That's what you want to do? Cool. You do you, dog. You do you, because I'm not about to sit here and coddle this train wreck. You know what I mean? You want your girl spread open on the internet? Cool, man. You know what I mean? Like, come on now, because all it takes is some dude willing to trick on her, and she gonna be gone. You know what I mean? Like, bro. And then who you gonna be crying to? And I'm gonna be like, I told you, dumbass. I told you. She wanted to sit here and I love her and I want to be with her forever. Like, nah, man, there ain't no forever with that girl. Man. God. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. It's just let him do his thing. Let him get hurt. You know what I mean? Just like your friend, where she was just like, oh, he punches holes in walls, but he won't punch me though. Yeah, a couple weeks later, she walking out here with a black eye. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. It's crazy. All right, am I the asshole for being upset that I found out my wife was pregnant via social media? Wait a minute. How come you didn't know that your wife was pregnant? Aren't you the one that's supposed to be nutting in her? You would think after she, pee on the stick, you'd be the first person that she'd tell. How the fuck did you find out via social media and not her? What? Okay. I'm interested now. All right, I'm 29 and she's 27. We've been together for 4 years, married for 2. Both from the same hometown, but currently living in a different city. She's at our hometown for a family event, and I stayed back due to work. We've been trying to get pregnant for 3 months, and now it's happened. The problem is the way I found out about it. My friend congratulated me by posting a screenshot in our group chat, a screenshot of an Instagram story posted by one of my wife's friends. The post was my wife crying and hugging some of her friends with the caption, "You are going to be the best mom." I called her right away and she answered pretty quickly saying, "I have news, babe." All I said was, "I know you're pregnant." She replied, "Wow, babe. How did you know?" I just said, "Saw it on Insta. Didn't think to call me first." Facts. Like, what the fuck? She said, "What? I didn't post anything." I responded, "Yeah, but your friends did. That's one way to find out I'm going to be a dad. Thanks." And I hung up. I was furious. She kept calling me and I didn't answer until my sister called shortly after. My sister asked me what was going on because she just arrived at my in-laws' house and everyone was freaking out, fighting, and my wife was locked up in her room. I told her what happened and she said there's no way she would do that. I replied, well, she did. My sister said she was going on to find out what was going on. A little later, my sister called me back and explained everything. At that point, I'd calmed down, thinking it was just a crappy friend who decided to post without permission, but my sister filled me in on the details. My wife was late on her period, and while hanging out with a friend, they thought, what if you're already pregnant? So they bought a bunch of pregnancy tests, all of which came out positive. They freaked out, told her parents, and then texted some friends in town to come over. From the time she found out to the time her friends posted on Instagram, only 2 hours had passed. My wife told at least 10 people before telling me. That's crazy. You would think, the moment you saw it, you shoot that nigga a text. Yeah, like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, there's no excuse, dude. It takes 2 seconds to literally text your man, "Hey, I'm pregnant." Like, come on. Yeah, golly, no excuse, man. No excuse. For the record, my sister told me that the argument going on when she arrived was because the other friends were upset with the one who posted on Instagram. Apparently, they all thought it was a shitty thing to do and was mad at her, but they also couldn't understand why my wife hadn't told me sooner. I finally called my wife. Finally called my wife and she was crying. She apologized and said that she had been planning to surprise me, which was why she hadn't told me yet. I was skeptical and pointed out that if she'd really want to surprise me, she wouldn't have been ready to tell me, she wouldn't have been ready to tell me right when I had called. She went silent. I told her I needed some time to think. She yelled, saying I couldn't just walk away and that we needed to talk about it. I replied, why do we need to talk? So you can lie again? And I hung up. Yo, bro. All right. Now I think you're going a little overboard. All right. You know what I mean? Like, I think you're going a little overboard now, because it's like, I understand why you're mad. 100%. I would have just been like, what the fuck? You know, you could have literally shot me a text super quick. And you know what I mean? I could have been happy and we could have squashed this and it would have been great. But that's fine. You didn't do that. It is what it is. I'm moving on. We're pregnant. Yay. And move on, bro. Move on. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, now I just think he's blowing it out of proportion and he's just mad for no reason. At this point, it's like, bro, move on. Sure, she didn't tell you. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? Nothing's going to change it. Like, so what? She didn't tell you. Of course, yes, I'd be mad too. But I'd have just been like, you know what? Whatever. You know what I mean? Is what it is. Yay, we're pregnant. You know? And that's that. You just accept it. Take the L and move on. Like, now you're going overboard. You're talking to your sister, and your sister is like, oh, well, you know, she was crying and this and that, and I had the baby, and, you know, so it's just like, I don't know. At this point, I just think he's blowing it out of proportion. Now I do kind of think you're the asshole, you know what I mean? Because it's like, at first, I was like, nah, you ain't the asshole, man. That's fucked up. How you gonna share it on social media before you let me know? But she didn't share it on social media. Her friend did. Her friend shared it on social media. So it's like, technically she didn't share it on social media, but she should have at least texted you. You know, I understand you're mad at that. But, at that point, I mean, get over it. You know what I mean? Like, you could be mad and then just get over it. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you text me first? Like, why did I have to find out on Instagram? Like, oh, babe, I'm sorry. I didn't post it. My friend did. I was going to surprise you when you got home and be like, oh, well, I mean, shit, you know, we're pregnant. Like, yay, it was okay. I mean, you know, do you need me to grab anything on the way home? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you move on after that. You move on. It's over. It's done. You talked about it. And, you know, like, what do you want from her? You want her to get into a time machine, go back in time, you know, a couple hours, and that way she can text you? Like, come on, man. What's going to make you happy at this point? Like, just fucking move on. That, I do think you're the asshole. I'm not reading the rest of that story. Fuck that story. He's the asshole, man. I don't care. That's just stupid. That's just fucking retarded. You're the asshole, man. You could have just moved on, but you sat there and you wanted to continue to be mad at her, you know, and say this stupid shit and be like, oh, what, you're gonna lie to me again? Bro, relax, man. Relax. All right. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. All right. On to our next one. My wife wants me to get her best friend pregnant. Squeeze me? Okay. Your wife is co-signing this. Why? I mean, you're the luckiest man on planet Earth, but I'm just saying, why? You know what I mean? She's just like, get in there and fuck my best friend. And not only fuck her, but I want you to nut in her. Like, bruh, what? Squeeze me? Are you sure? Because, all right, let's see. I, 34 male, never imagined I'd be writing this. My wife, Emily, 33 female, and I have been married for 7 years with 2 amazing kids. We've had an unconventional but incredible relationship that includes her college best friend, Sarah, 34, female. What started as a drunken threesome in Cancun during spring break evolved into an amazing dynamic between the three of us. Yo, all right, my man has been getting lucky since the beginning. God. All right. Sarah's been like a second mom to our kids since day one. She's there for every birthday, every milestone, and even helps with nightmare routines when she stays over. The kids adore their Aunt Sarah. She's independent, successful, and has never wanted to settle down, but lately she's been talking about wanting a baby. And she's like, I want your penis to do it. Goddamn. A few days ago, after we put the kids to bed, the three of us were relaxing and with a couple of drinks. Suddenly, Emily said something that's been keeping me up. What if Mark was your donor? She said to Sarah, you've seen what amazing kid he makes, she added with a wink. I nearly choked on my drink, but as the conversation developed, it was clear this wasn't just a passing thought. They'd been discussing for weeks. Sarah's been researching sperm donors, but she feels uncomfortable with the idea of an anonymous donor. Emily thinks it's perfect. Sarah gets a baby from someone she knows and trusts, and our children would have a half sibling they already love. The kicker, they don't want to do it through a clinic. They want to do it naturally. Yeah, I know you do. Because of our existing dynamic, Emily says it would be more meaningful, more intimate. Sarah blushed when she agreed, saying she'd prefer to do it that way too. I'm sure she would. I'm sure she would like to get a little, yum, 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 yum. Like, come on now. What's fucking with my head is how excited Emily gets talking about it. She can't hide the excitement at the idea of me getting her best friend pregnant, just like she was when we were trying for our kids. Sarah keeps giving me these shy looks that drive me crazy, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't attracted to the idea. Oh, come on, man. I would have just been like, let's start tonight. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Your wife is giving you the golden ticket out in this bitch, and you're out here just like, well, I mean, like, are you sure? I mean, like, don't you want to talk about this a little more? Like, nah, man, come on. I'd have been like, let's go. Let's do it tonight. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? You know what I mean? Like what the hell are we talking about? You know? I know I should have probably said no, this could complicate everything, but watching them plan and discuss it, seeing how much they both want this, I'm seriously considering it. The thought of having another child, this time with Sarah, with Emily's blessing and enthusiasm, is starting to feel right in the way I never expected. The most surreal part, Emily's already talking about how our kids would love having a little brother or sister at Aunt Sarah's house. She's planning play dates and family vacations like it's the most natural thing in the world. Am I crazy for even considering this? The legal implications alone should terrify me, but somehow they don't. Yeah, because your wife is telling you to go bury your nuts in another woman. And I don't know why you haven't already done this, because I would have done it that night. I'd have been like, I guess we're done drinking wine because we are about to have a baby. Like, what are we talking about? You know? Then I'd probably purposely sabotage it a little bit just so I could hit that for a good minute. You know, like, come on now. I would just be like, oh shit, I'm about to bust. You know, pull out and just be like, oh no. You know what I mean? Come on now. Yeah, come on, man. It's like, you know, and try to get her in on it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, you know, you want to keep this thing kind of going, like let's you know, prolong it a little bit. You know what I mean? I'll go ahead and just because I get to hit it raw. Like that's the great thing about it. And it's like, if she gets pregnant, cool, that's what we were trying to do anyway. So it's like, you might as well, you know, get you a couple in and be like, oh no, pulling out, oh no, oh goodness, oh man, we'll have to try again next time, you know, damn it. Like, babe, don't worry, we'll get her next time. You know what I mean? I got it set up for Friday, so, you know, we're all good. Like, I'm an evil person, but hey, come on, man. Come on, man. You're given the golden ticket. You think you're just gonna bust one nut and that's that? No. No. And even after she has the kid, I'm sure it's gonna be a thing where it's like, he already has 2 wives at this point. Yeah, you might as well just have them become sister wives and just have them both at this point. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? But at the same time, you can also argue the other side. Like, his wife is all excited about this, but I think she's excited about the idea of it. But then the actual action of her man fucking another woman, I think that is going to be a little too much for her to handle. And then obviously, if she doesn't get pregnant on the first, go, and they got to do it multiple times, I think that's going to create problems, and she's going to start resenting this idea and being like, you know what, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I don't think I really like this anymore. And it only makes sense because it's just like, bro, it's like, this was your fucking idea. Like, what do you mean? So yeah, you could run into some problems there. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could run into some big problems there. But hey, if I'm being honest with you, like I said, I would be, making mistakes and be like, oh no, oh dang it, I'll get you next time. I got you. Don't worry about it. Either that, or I would have just been like, why don't we just sister wife it up? You know what I mean? Why not? Yeah, we sell her house. You know what I mean? She comes and lives with us, and we're just one big family. I got 2 wives, all our kids, and we're chilling. Or, you know what I mean? They sell both houses. They go get a bigger house, and then it's like, boom, now everybody's got a room, and everybody's doing their own thing, and, like, why not? Why not? You guys are already good. You had the threesome already. She's talking about getting her pregnant. Like, why not? Why not marry her? Sell both you guys' houses, go get one, be doing your thing. It's a win-win. Shit, this could go so many ways, man. You out here acting like this is the worst and scariest idea of your entire life. Like, come on, man. You out here got the golden ticket. Every man right now is just like, God, I wish that was that dude. Man, I wish that was that guy. Man, not only did he get a threesome, but he also got a second wife. Like, what the fuck? It's crazy. All right, this is going to be our last one for today's show. You guys let me know what you think about all the scenarios and the thread we went over today. This is going to be our last one. Am I wrong for breaking up with my boyfriend because of his cuckold fantasies? That's crazy. You should have been left this motherfucker. What the hell are you talking about? Okay, let's see what's up. I know this sounds shallow, but please bear with me. we had been dating since 3 years, and it was primarily a long-distance relationship. We made it work because of being madly in love, but eventually I had to break things off. My boyfriend had been developing a cuckold/hot wife fetish, probably because of his porn fixation, and it got out of hand. It started as a role play idea for our sexting sessions. Of course, it was his idea, and we both kind of enjoyed it because it was something different and probably wild. We had laid down ground rules, though, like not talking about real people or people that we knew, not pondering this in real life ever, not making it habit, etc. But I was probably stupid feeding into this fetish of my boyfriend X now. Okay, you did leave this nigga. Good. Because man, he got addicted to this idea of sharing me. That's wild. That is wild. Until it was virtual. Okay, virtual. I was cool with it, but then he wanted me to dirty talk about our scenarios while we were having sex. I cooperated for the fun of it, but then it became a ritual of sort. My boyfriend will only be able to come listening to me dirty talk about other men, my other exes especially, and this was not acceptable to me. It just killed our intimacy and made it into a compulsion. I finally decided to break up with him a week ago when he proposed an idea for a threesome for my birthday present. He, of course, wanted to slide the matter away as a joke later on, but I hadn't taken later on, but I had taken enough of this bullshit. Wondering now if I'm even a bit of an asshole or not. Also, sorry for making this sound like a rant. And yes, I just copy and pasted the post from the last one. Sorry. I don't think you're the asshole at all. And I think I'm glad that you ran away as far and as fast as you could, because no. What the fuck? No. That's weird. Like, he's just, think about it. You're just out with your man and you're having fun, and he sees this big old black dude, and he's just like, dang, would you like to get fucked by that guy? Cause I would love to see you get fucked by that guy. That would be so hot, babe. And she's just like, what? Are you kidding? No. Why would I want to do that? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm just saying, that would be weird as fuck. Thank God you broke up with this dude and run as fast as you can from this guy. I can't believe you're even contemplating the fact that you think you're the asshole in this situation. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And why are you contemplating the fact that you might be the asshole? Like, girl, what are we talking about? No. If anything, this motherfucker is weird as hell. He's just like, yeah, I want to share you. Like, what? Nah, man. Nah, that's too crazy. That's too crazy. I couldn't do that, man. Couldn't do that. I'm glad that you broke up with him. Please stay broken up with this guy. Go get you a real man. You know, dude that's going to dick you down and be like, this is mine and only mine, and I will kill for this. You know, like, nah. That's what you need in your life. Yeah, man. You need a motherfucker that's going to dig you down and he's going to kill. And he's going to be like, anyone looks at my girl, I'm going to snap your neck and I'll shoot you in the face 15 times. I will go to prison for this woman. Don't test me. You know? Like, come on, man. Let's be real here. But that's going to go ahead and be the end of today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed today's Sunday episode. Thank you for all the support. Appreciate everything that you guys have been doing, sending your scenarios, downloading the podcast, following us on all platforms, checking out the playlist, all that good stuff. Appreciate everything you guys have been doing for us. Love you all. I will see you on Tuesday for another crazy episode, as we always do. And without further ado, that's going to be me. I'll see you guys on Tuesday, and then I'll see you on Thursday for Haunting Out of Lines episode 3 and 4. So, peace.